Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, 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 hey.
Does it ever feel like your hair is getting shorter? Because I'm definitely not getting taller. This is a short braid. It's usually down here, and it's been getting shorter and shorter, and I don't know why. If you know anything about hair mysteriously getting shorter, let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna clean up this lovely mess and make some tea and some breakfast. I am sipping on my coffee still in my Star Trek mug. Huge obsession. I love Star Trek. One of my best friends, Anthony, is super into gaming and collections, and he literally always gets me the best collectibles when it comes to Star Trek. And this is one of them. And it's literally what I drink coffee and tea out of every day. Thanks, friend. This is my current dishes situation. Trying to be good about doing dishes. I literally suck. I'm gonna clean up, do some dishes, and yeah, I haven't washed my hair yet because if you don't know, I don't shower in the morning. I am a night shower. This was part of my unpopular opinion video, and I'll link that down below. I hate showering in the morning. I like to shower at night, and I have many reasons why for that. And if you want to know, I'll link the video down below, and you can check it out if you want. You don't have to, if you want. Only if you want, just if you want. That I wanted to touch on the anxiety part of what's been going on lately, and I don't want to get into too much detail because I plan on doing a lot of story times about everything that happened in the past 2 years, which is a lot. If you think going to jail was the highlight of last 2 years, you are wrong. When your environment changes rapidly like that, it can take a toll on the mind, and other people process it differently, But for me, I'm the kind of person that processes things inward. I tell myself one thing and I deal with it. I kind of tend to wait until the very last break-in moment where I reach out for help or reach for an open ear. I'm also the kind of person that gives such good advice that nobody would suspect to be dealing with anxiety or going through depression or everything's cool. Mayma went through jail, Mayma went through this, Mayma went through that. She can do anything because she is super positive. That's the kind of persona that I project to the world, to my friends, to my family, and it's a defense mechanism because I don't want questions. I don't want people to ask me what actually is going on because I don't want to speak about it, and that's very dangerous. And I've noticed that because you can't bottle things up so much that you are going to explode. Just because I can give very, very good advice about one topic does not mean that I can use that advice for myself, It's very easy to tell someone that they're doing something wrong and why they're doing it wrong and how you can help them make it better versus use that own advice for yourself. I come from a background where you go see a doctor if you're physically hurt or if you have physical pain. You don't go see a doctor if you don't know what's going on in your head or you are sleeping all day or you have no motivation to do anything, even take care of yourself. And because of that, we don't really reach out for help. Most of my family doesn't understand that the pressure that we can feel as the young generation of my family moving here, and the pressure that we have of succeeding because our parents moved here so we can have a better life, a better future, all of that. They don't really grasp that. They can't understand it. And it puts a lot of pressure on you mentally. And a lot of my sisters don't know how to ask for help. Well, didn't. And I wanted to take away portray that stereotype, but I think that I did it so well that I portrayed the image of nothing is ever going to be wrong with me because I know how to deal with every situation that can ever happen in my life. It's good to be a strong person. It really is. And because I believe I am a strong person, I've gone through all these things and survived them. And I went through so many things, one after the other, that it got too much. It got to a point where I didn't know who I was anymore. And all I knew was that person 2 years ago that I wanted to go back to. That's not ever the goal. You never want to go backwards. You always want to go forwards. I don't want to go back to that person that was 2 years ago because I'm a stronger person now and may not be mentally as progressive or as motivated or as social as I was back then. But I am a stronger person. So I need to figure out how to be happy, be social, do all those characters that I used to like about myself back then as this person who I am now. I know this is all over the place because I don't want to share too much about it. I don't want to go into detail. It's just a highlight. But there are points in your life where you know when you need help. You know who you are. You know who you are. Because it doesn't feel good sometimes when you're not being that person. And when it continues for days, for weeks, for months, then please reach out. Reach out for help. Reach out to your friends. Reach out to your partner. Reach out to family. Sometimes you want to reach out to a stranger, and that's the case that I found was helpful because these people had this image of me and they knew me as this strong person, this social person, this happy person, this funny person. I couldn't reach out to them because they couldn't relate. And it's not about going through the same struggle for someone to relate with me. It's about having them understand me and who I am to relate with me. And these people couldn't anymore. I'm not saying that they weren't there for me. They all were in their own way. But in my head, they couldn't be somebody that I was comfortable going to ask for help. And in my case, strangers, therapists is what I mean by strangers. Don't like go asking someone in the streets for help. Don't do that. You might get kidnapped. I grew up frowning upon therapists. You ask for a therapist when you're crazy. You know, my family frowned upon that. You don't go to a therapy unless you are psycho or you're mental or something's terribly wrong with you that you can't function. And you know, when you break those points down, that is what mental health is. It shouldn't be judged that harshly, but you are not functioning the way that you should be. You are not prospering and accomplishing things the way that you should be. And, you know, I found YouTube to be a huge therapy for me sometimes because it's almost like the camera is my therapist and it's not judging me. It's just someone that I'm talking to about my feelings. And saying these things out loud makes them real. They make me realize that they're real. Like, Mayma, you are depressed. Mayma, you are having anxiety. Mayma, you are going through this. Mayma, you want to change. And when you say these things out loud, they become more important. You are more aware of them. So I just wanted to highlight that point real quickly because not to make this super, super serious, but you know, we do get serial in this channel sometimes, and a lot of times actually. It's good to have fun, it's good to be positive, it's good to be funny, it's good to laugh about everything, but it's important to acknowledge the serious things. And I just wanted to highlight that part because I'm not going to neglect these serious things. I don't need to be funny or humorous all the time to project who I am or my message, but we are going to get real sometimes. We are going to get so raw that you might get salmonella. So yeah, I wanted to highlight that. I wanted to speak about it because it's important. It's mainly important for those people who come from my background. I came here when I was young, but the rest of my family was old. When it comes to family, and that's the most important thing. You know, if you are a family person like me, you need them to be on your side, and they won't always be on your side, especially when it comes to topics that they don't understand. And that's okay. That's not their fault. They're just not familiar with this. They grew up that way. So yeah, they're doing construction again. I think I'm gonna conclude the vlog now. I had a pretty boring day, but that's just how my days are. I mean, you may think it's boring, but the best company to me is me. I could literally be home alone all day, every day, and just be so happy because I enjoy my own company. I hope you enjoy your company. There are many times where I'm very much an introvert. Like, I will make plans once a month and it's a miracle if I stick to them. I hope you guys enjoyed this random vlog, and I hope you subscribe to my channel if you like it. Okay, I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.